Hello there, Dreamlight Valley residents. Welcome to the Reddit review. Let's see what's been happening this whole week. Jail Island. Me as soon as we get floating islands. So Vanellope's house just goes bye-bye. I wonder why. I've seen so many people absolutely hating having Vanellope in their valley. I don't know, she doesn't bother me. Also, I thought, for some reason, first time when I watched the showcase, I had an impression that these floating islands are not going to be basically whole separate islands, meaning that I thought you would be able to bring villagers to the island, but it doesn't mean that you can move their houses permanently there. I thought it was like instances that get cleared. Anyway, I completely misunderstood the concept of floating islands. Well, not completely, but after rewatching the showcase a couple times and making sure that I understand it correctly, I think that you guys are right. So these floating islands, it seems like they're going to be treated just like basically a separate island, like Eternity Island, Basic Island. Each floating island is going to be like its whole new country. So I'm assuming that you will be able to trigger which characters, like the same system as we have in Eternity Isle and Regular Isle. We can choose which villagers we want to see around in that valley. I think the same you'll be able to do with the floating island. So each floating island, you'll probably be able to turn on, turn off villagers. If you move the house to the island, it can only exist in one place, I'm assuming. So it's technically possible to make a jail island where you can move all of the unwanted houses. So we're going to have at least 8 of those islands. And you can pick the one that you like the least and just use it as jail. That's such a cool idea. I mean, I personally don't have any characters in the valley that I hate enough to separate and send to the jail island. But I know a lot of people do. So share in the comments who is going to the jail island as soon as this feature arrives. Speaking of the floating islands, I have seen so many cool ideas around of how these islands can be used. So first of all, number one feature, at least for me, and I think that's how most of the people are going to use these new places, are for dream snaps. But do we need all 8 floating islands from dream snaps? Probably not. You probably need maybe 2 or 3. Probably beach, the snow one, the Frosted Heights, the Forgotten Lands, and maybe plaza, maybe forest. Just to have like all different kinds of grass and different kinds of vibe, but you don't need to use all 8. So a couple of them can be used for different things. For example, one very cool feature that I saw a few people gonna use their floating islands are storage system. That's actually genius, and actually I'm very strongly considering moving my entire storage system to one of the floating islands. Because, first of all, floating islands are huge. Second of all, they are accessible through fast travel. So technically, traveling to the floating island, teleporting there, I'm assuming each of them are going to have a well or something. Traveling there is going to take pretty much about the same time as traveling to just regular well in your valley. So, for example, right now, I have my storage system set up in Sunlit Plateau. So, for me to teleport to my Sunlit Plateau teleporter and to teleport to the island, probably going to take about the same time. And the benefit of having your storage system on the floating island is that, first of all, you can teleport to there in one click from anywhere. You can have as many items there as you want. Well, up to the item limit, but it's gonna basically be a whole separate item limit. And it also gives you benefit for your main valley to not have an area dedicated to it. And if you were before, if you had an indoor storage system because of the item limit issue, I feel like there is no reason at all to not have outdoor storage system with the introduction of the floating islands. It solves all of the main issues with outside storage systems. It's separate, it's out of the way, and the best part, it's fast to access. Imagine if you have storage system inside. You probably have multiple rooms, so in order to get to a specific room, you need to get inside the building, then potentially even go to a different floor just to access a certain room with certain stuff. If you have an entire island designed as a ginormous storage system, it can be storage slash cooking slash crafting, like basically a base of operation on an entire floating island. This is how... Okay, I just convinced myself. I wasn't even, like, I wasn't convinced before, but now laying it all out, I convinced myself to build a storage system with all of the utilities, maybe even a little garden. So basically everything that I need that is utility stuff, storage, crafting, islands, all of that move to the island. And if you have a ginormous pumpkin field, once again, you can fill a whole floating island with pumpkins and not worry about those pumpkins stealing item limit from your main valley. This feature is by far, in my opinion, the best feature we have had in Disney Dreamlight Valley since day one. It's just gonna change the game for the best forever. I'm super excited for floating islands. If you have any cool ideas except jail island, storage system island, dream snap islands, what else do you think these floating islands gonna be good for? Let me know in the comments. My DDV cosplay. Wow, did you make this yourself? Do they sell this kind of top? It looks straight like from the game. I mean, I guess the game clothes, at least most of them are probably modeled after some of the real life clothing, so it's not... I can totally see this being one of the Disney merch items. That is... And also, I didn't know they sell pickaxe that looks just like Disney Dreamlight Valley pickaxe in real life. I might need to get myself one just to hang on the wall behind me. That would be so cool. That is honestly one of the best cosplays I've ever seen. It's spot on. It's spot on. Who is gonna tell him? Happy Hello... not quite. Who is gonna tell him? I think I'm missing something. Oh, because this was posted on Halloween, and oh yeah, that would be cool if it's Halloween, Jack would actually have a different line. That would be so cool. That would be a nice little Easter egg. I get it now. Scrooge's shop in real life. August living. Oh, it is the painting! It is the painting from the Scrooge store. Okay, I wonder now what other items in Disney Dreamlight Valley, like real... I mean, I guess all of the generic tables and couches you could probably find in real life as well, but this is cool to see the painting. Does this have anything... Like, is this Disney merch, or like how do you get one? Just found out so many things I should have known. What's something you wish you knew sooner playing Dreamlight? Okay, I'm curious, what did you find out? I just found out that you can actually open furniture pouches and clothing bags, and there is a surprise inside. Oh, that's funny. Okay, that is definitely new. I have not seen people not knowing that you can open these bags, but it actually makes sense. Unless you click on it, there is not many items in Disney Dreamlight Valley that can go in your inventory that you can open. So I guess, yeah, I get something. It might take a while to figure out. I just learned that you can long press items in your inventory when you're selling at Goofy's, and it will select all of the same item. Made selling like 30 stacks of pumpkin way faster. Yep, I actually learned about this very recently. Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure they introduced it just a couple updates ago as a feature, so before it wasn't even a thing. But, yeah, that is awesome. So in case you're wondering, what are we talking about? If you go to the Scrooge stall, and for example, you want to sell something that you have multiple of, or even if it's one stack, it actually saves a lot of time. You can just long press X, and it's just going to select the whole thing. And if I had multiple stacks of stones, it would select all of those stacks. For example, I have 2 stacks of sand. If I long click X on this on the sand, it selects both stacks. It's incredible. And another thing, apparently you can just long click on one item, and while holding it, you can just go up and down, and it's just gonna keep selecting the items, like the full stacks. Like, this saves so much time. Like, this is incredible. Just keep holding and go left, right, and it's just gonna select the entire stack. That's such a cool feature. Wow, okay, I actually didn't know you could do the arrow trick. I just learned something new about Disney Dreamlight Valley. I played this game for over a year before the sub taught me about gliding. I only ate ingredients like fish and fruit, so my bar never went yellow, and I never knew I could. Oh, that must be so devastating. Like, gliding, and not even gliding, running. You're much faster. Like, your moving speed is much faster when you have a gold bar. Also, gold bar increases your chance of getting golden explosions, golden plant, golden bush, every kind of bonus items gold, like, always maintain gold bar. To get a gold bar, make sure you're eating actual prepared meals that you cooked in the cooking station. And this way you can contribute to your gold bar and make all of the beautiful things happen. Took me way too long to figure out fast travel to the realms. Went to the castle and tried to remember where the door was that I wanted. Okay, so this is huge. Honestly, this is so huge. Also, took me quite a bit to figure out. When you are just anywhere, you go to the menu and to the map, and there is fast travel menu right here on the... Sorry, I'm on the wrong screen. When you're at the map screen, for me on the controller, it's square, but you can see right here, bottom right corner, whatever button it is for you, just click it, and you can literally travel to any biome on your valley, Eternity Isle, Realms. This is exactly where they're gonna add floating islands and the new DLC. So you can literally fast travel from any point to any well, anywhere, and any realm, anywhere in the world. So you don't have to go to the castle to go to the realm. You just can go to them straight from anywhere in the valley, which is super convenient. The Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. That is... Wow, you made leg, silhouette, and flying animation. Oh, genius. That is such a cool idea. I love it. Oh, Vanellope dressed up for Halloween. Come on, look at this cute little pumpkin. How can you want to send her to jail? She's a literal child. Anna doesn't understand. She's like, what? Why is she a pumpkin? Why not? I connected DDLV to my projector to play Cozied Up in bed. Now that's the way. I do have a pretty old projector from like 7 years ago. It still works. I tried gaming on it though, and my experience wasn't that great because of the input lag, but there are like gaming projectors that have reduced input lag. So like for me, if I try, I mean, I guess Disney Dreamlight Valley wouldn't be too bad, but if I try to play anything that requires any decent reaction time, it's just impossible because you press the button and it takes maybe half a second for the action to get translated on the screen. But for DDLV, it's probably not going to be a big deal. I actually want to try this out. I might be able to hook it up. That's a good idea. Is anyone else going to use the floating islands to get rid of ugly houses? Like Vanellope, I love you, but your ugliest house being sent to the abyss. Oh my god! 2 separate people with the same idea, and both of them got insane amount of upvotes. Why? I don't understand. Why is Vanellope's house ugly? I really don't. I like her house. I've seen so many incredible builds around Vanellope's house. I think you can make it work. Maybe it's not the easiest house to make a cool area for, but if you find it, if you find something special that works, it's just such a unique looking house. I mean, I'm glad you guys gonna have a jail island. I guess you can have a storage island, jail island, and then the rest for dream snaps. That is, like, I'm surprised that Vanellope is the one that's catching all the heat. That is crazy. Ooh, making a floating island that is amusement park. That is a cool idea. I like that. That is, I mean, to be fair, you can build anything you want on the floating island. You can treat the whole island as one place. An amusement park, yeah, does require a lot of space. With all the items and rides we have for theme parks, I can totally see being able to decorate an entire floating island as a theme park. I wish I could yeet Mother Gothel to the island. I know, right? It's crazy because Mother Gothel is probably the character that most of the people want to get rid of, but they can't because her tree is unfortunately built into Glade of Trust. So I guess we're gonna have to be in her presence for the rest of time. When will we bust through one of these to find the 7 dwarfs? Maybe Snow White. That is an interesting idea. I do believe that the mines in Sunlit Plateau, it's not over. I think like there's just too many closed off areas in there. I feel like it could be like, and there is light coming out of them. It doesn't seem like it's a dead end. It seems like it's a little teaser that there is something behind it and potentially very far into the future, because nothing in the current roadmap all the way up to the summer suggests anything related to Snow White, but afterwards everything is possible. Cozy with Jazz, wedding ceremony. Oh, you built an entire wedding venue. That is huge. That looks beautiful. Who is getting married? I hope it's not Eric. I'm not ready to let him go yet. Hopefully it's for Flynn and Rapunzel when they get reunited. Great build. And food? Fantastic. We got Juliet. If Rapunzel's tower was in New York City. Wait a minute. How did you make it look so good? What? The lighting in the shot looks like... It looks so realistic. It almost looks like a painting. I feel like the lights, like seeing the window frame shadows on the objects, it just makes it so three-dimensional and real looking. And I love the idea of having this little nook behind these drapes. That is genius. I'm absolutely in love with this room. Like, there is no way that... Like, how does everything has such a nice outline? This is one of the coolest rooms I have ever seen. Unbelievable. Alright guys, this is all I got for you for today. Hope you enjoyed the Reddit review. Let me know in the comments, what are your plans for your floating islands? And also, which character are you gonna be banishing to the jail island? And are you gonna have jail island to begin with? Also, what are you the most excited about DLC? Can you imagine? 2 weeks. We're gonna have a new DLC in 2 weeks. I just absolutely cannot wait. I'm gonna use these 2 weeks to finish every quest, all of the, like, everything you can possibly do in my May Valley, because after the DLC comes, I'm probably not gonna be back in my valley until December 4, when we get all of these awesome new features, which honestly I cannot wait. Probably even more than DLC. Floating Islands is the revolutionary. I can't even find words to describe how huge it is for Disney Dreamlight Valley. It just solves so many problems. It solves item limit problem. It solves dream snaps, not being able to decorate your main valley because always need space for dream snaps. It solves basically a faraway area where you can put stuff that you don't want to see around your main valley. You can make all kinds of builds there, and it's just completely separate. It's perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Disney Dreamlight Valley developers, for this incredible feature. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more, and goodbye.
Yeah.